In fact, the early 80s is not old times. The early 80s is when people, legends like me, were born. It's not old times, not olden days. Can we clear that up? Are we clarified? We are going to make a Jaffa cake. A big one. Well, we're going to attempt to make a big one. Big, massive one. So, first job, I need to make an orange jelly. So, Jaffa cake with oranges. Ooh. I'm going to finely zest one of the oranges. Just do it on the fine side. So, zested. Smells awesome. Smell it. Now we need to juice 5 oranges. So you want to be looking for about 500 ml. So 100 grams of sugar. And then what we need to do is we need to bring that up to temperature. In the meantime, we have this leaf gelatin. So you have to dissolve this in cold water and then add it to a warm liquid to melt it. So I'm going to use this as the mold for my orange jelly. So I want to put a tiny, tiny drop of oil into the bottom of this bowl. I'm going to wipe it out with a bit of kitchen roll. It'll allow the cling film to slip right into the nook and the cranny of this, but it'll also stop it from sticking. So I'm going to do a double layer actually, guys. Just use a cloth just to push it in. Right, so there's our orange juice. Also, cold water on top of the gelatin. And that'll start to go soft in the cold water. I'm just gonna try and skim off that pith and those little bits that have arisen to the top. So we'll just give that a minute to go. See, that's going soft now. Grab that out of your water and squeeze any excess moisture out. And then get that into your hot liquid. So now, I'm just going to sieve this into a jug, just in case there's any sort of rogue bits of gelatin or orange that we don't want in there. Just make sure it's all dissolved. So that's going to go into the jug, into the mould, and then into the fridge, and we can get to work on the base of our ginormous Jaffa cake. And there we're left with our orange jelly. So I'm going to clear some space in the fridge, because what you don't want it is have it balancing on stuff. It needs to be on a flat surface, so your jelly's nice and flat, okay? So, in we go. And then that goes into the fridge, next to the beers. Right, so now for the biscuit base, as my mate Greg Wallace would say. Butter and sugar, so 250 Gs, 300 grams sucre, 4 eggs, whisk them in, incorporate them. There's a lot of flour that goes into this, so that'll dry the mixture right out. And then we'll go in with our 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So we're going to sift our flour and baking powder in, and then we'll fold that flour in to our cake. So this is quite dry, so we're going to put that yogurt in, and then we want 100 grams of natural yogurt. We put some butter into our tray and into our pan, and then, so we get a sugary, crispy outer, we put sugar in. And we tickle the sugar around the pan. We start here, and we put it into our other pan. And it should coat the majority of our pan. Let's get a good old wallop of that in there. Right, so they're going to go in at 160 for about 45 minutes, or until a skewer or a knife comes out nice and clean. In, forget about it. Cream, double cream, into pan. Then we need to gently bring that up to temperature. Here we have some 70% Coca Solid dark chocolate, which we need to break up. You're not going to believe how evenly this... Come here. I've literally just opened that. Let's have a little look about how even that's broken. And then we've got some chocolate orange. So my cream's up to the boil. I'm going to add all my chocolate in. And then just stir. Right, there's our ganache with dark chocolate and chocolate orange. So, I'm looking forward to putting this together. Our base is ready shortly. Jelly's setting up, ganache is done. All we've got to do is put this bad boy together. The base for our Jaffa cakes, massive Jaffa cakes, have been in the oven for 45 minutes. That one's on the wonk a little bit. It's done. And the one that we didn't think would work, we took the road less travelled. That's risen, even. It's got even colour. It's cooked, perfect. So I'm gonna let these chill for a bit. Check our jelly. Basically, this has to be cold, because if we put the jelly onto it, even if it's slightly warm, it'll melt and it'll ruin the whole thing. So we have to get these cooled down rapid. This is the one that I thought would work out. This is the one that has worked out. It actually looks like a massive Jaffa cake base, doesn't it? Yeah. Totally. Right. So I'm just gonna go for it, Patrick. What do you reckon? This is the bit that I'm nervous about. It's definitely set. It's just getting it from here onto there. Put the jelly on the plate, and then right. I'm really impressed with that. I'm gonna put it back on there because when I put my ganache over the top, I want it to dribble off the sides. Do you know what I mean? I'm scared about putting this on now. So if you turn the jelly out onto the biscuit base, the cake base, and then your chilled chocolate ganache, pour it over the top. And we want to just get it to look as much as we can like the sort of traditional Jaffa cake that you would get from the shop. I'm just scoring the top of it because that's what on the actual Jaffa cake biscuit they have this, don't they? So I'm going to put that into the fridge, let that ganache all set up, then we're going to cut out a big chunk of it and we're going to have it with a cup of tea, and you guys get to watch it. There's the massive Jaffa cake. What do you think? What do you think, Patrick? It looks wicked, doesn't it? Right. I'm so nervous. Oh! I'm well happy with that. Look at that! I'm a bit overwhelmed with that. I think it looks wicked. It just looks like a massive Jaffa cake. The recipe's on the website. Follow this video for a bit of fun on how to make it. Wicked, thanks for watching. Give it a try.